Hi everyone and welcome back. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a funny old video, this one. It's going to be a sneak peek. This is where I'm at the minute with the constable drawing, and I've got a few topics to cover that we need to have a little bit of a chat about. Got some new ideas, all that kind of thing. So I'm just going to doodle around just in this foreground area, just as I'm talking away. Now, I don't know if you know or not, but today, the 19th, it's what's called Patreon Thank You Day. I got an email from Patreon 2 weeks ago, I think, and it said you're on a secret mission to make a thank you video for all your members. It's not just me, everybody, all the creators, got that email, and we had to plan to make a thank you video, to thank all of our members. And I thought, yeah, that's great. I mean, I love this kind of thing, but sometimes I think it can be a bit insincere. If somebody tells you, or if you ask if you turn on somebody and say, tell me that you like me, and they say, yeah, I like you, that was sincere, wasn't it? that really doesn't mean much. But if somebody just comes out with it and says, you know what, I really like you, you're a really nice person or something, it really means a lot to you, doesn't it? Because you didn't prompt them to say it, and it just came from the heart, So I kind of thought, I cringed a little bit when I got the email. I thought, yeah, it all sounds a bit, I don't know. But I thought, well, I do like to show my appreciation. You know that. You've heard me make videos like this before when I've not been prompted to do it in the slightest. And I'm a very grateful person, and I can't express to you how much. I mean, sometimes it worries me that I'm going to come across as insincere and not really get the point across. I'm just trying to sound polite or sound good, and I really don't want people to think that. I really want people to understand just how grateful I am for their support on Patreon. I mean, a few years ago, before I started all of this, financially I was struggling. Financially I was in a mess, really was. I was struggling to pay my bills and everything, and I thought, well, we'll try this YouTube business. I'll put some videos up on YouTube, see if I can generate a bit of income that way. And it just kind of took off, from one thing to another. I started my Patreon channel a few years ago. I didn't even bother posting any videos. I didn't really understand what Patreon was. I just saw that other artists were advertising Patreon on their YouTube channels. I thought, I'll set one up. I don't really know what it's about, but it looks like a good idea. It looks like maybe people... Well, I knew it was a crowdfunding site. It looks like you just set this Patreon thing up and people will donate to you on there because they like your YouTube channel. I mean, that's how naive I was. I didn't really realise the full extent of Patreon at all. And I soon started to get a few of my regular YouTube subscribers, maybe half a dozen of them, kind of joined me on Patreon straight away. I didn't even set any tier levels. I just let them decide what they wanted to pay. And then a few of them started saying, John, when are you going to put some lessons up for us? So I started doing that, and the rest is history. It just took off, and here we are. And I sometimes I have to pinch myself. I can't believe that I've actually achieved my goals. That's another thing. I'm making this video again because it's a timely video, because I've achieved the goal that I set out to achieve. With the earnings there, the $1,500, I've now hit that mark and gone over it. And I said when I hit that mark, I'm actually going to make a thank you video. So it all came at the right time anyway. Although last month I did hit that mark, only just. I thought by the end of the month it'll probably go back down again. And then it'll probably take this month to go back up again. And this month I can make a thank you video anyway. So I thought, well, I'll do it on the 19th. It's Patreon Thank You Day, so we'll do it on the 19th. But I want you to know I'm not doing it because I've been prompted to do it. I'm doing it because I want to do it. And I really want to let you know that you've changed my life. You've absolutely changed my life. Even though I've reached my goals and everything, I'm not a rich man. I want you to know that. I'm not looking for fame or fortune at all. I'm just looking to do a little bit more than survive, thrive and flourish, let's say. I'm just looking to thrive and wake up in the morning and be able to say, oh, it's okay, I can pay my bills today. Even if it clears me out, I can pay my bills, I can keep the roof over my head. I've got no worries anymore. And that's what you've done for me. And I don't think you realise that. And I want to make you aware of what you've done. You've changed somebody's life out there for the better. Collectively, what you've done is an incredible thing. It really is. And how can I find words to express my gratitude, my appreciation for what you've done? It's overwhelming to the point where I am lost for words. I am lost for words. I can't think. I mean, it just sounds tacky to say thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. It just doesn't. It doesn't express the magnitude, if you like, of my appreciation and gratitude for you. It really doesn't. I think, how can I thank them in a way that it gets the point across? It's impossible to do. When you've changed somebody's life, how can you thank them? The word thank you is just a word, isn't it? I know it has a meaning behind it, but the meaning behind it just doesn't seem enough. I mean, you are incredible people. I mean, the community that we have here. I mean, when I set this Patreon up, I couldn't have wished for more. I just could not have wished for what happened next. I started making a few videos. People started posting work on the community section. People started making friends. And we all started getting along together, and it just became a really happy place to be, on the community section there. So again, you've gone and done it again. you've sort of, all of you together, you've created a community which is a wonderful, warm, loving, supportive, caring place to be for anybody, a non-judgmental, encouraging place to be for all of us. So again, I can't thank you enough for what you've done. It's you guys that make this happen. I know people are going to write and say, no, John, you set this up. It's nothing to do with me. I don't want any comments like that. I'm not looking for any comments like that at all. In fact, I'm not even going to answer them. If anybody writes in and say, we thank you too, I'm not even going to answer you because I'm going to ignore it. You know I won't do that because I do answer all comments. But you know what I mean. I'm not looking for comments that are sort of... I'm not fishing for compliments, let's put it that way. This is about you and what you've done. And without you, this just wouldn't happen. This just would never have happened. The encouragement and the support that you all give to each other on the community there, and the love that's there, the kindness and the dynamic as well. That's something I was thinking about the other day. I thought the dynamic that we have, how we all kind of gel together. Everybody's like a different personality, but yet we all bond, we all fit. We're like one happy family there on the community. And, there's been some friendships formed and everybody gets on really well and supports everybody else. And it's now grown and developed that vibe. Do you know what I mean? Do you sort of feel it too? I don't know. It might just be me, I don't know. But I know a lot of people have commented, about what a wonderful place the community is. And it's not just a wonderful place, it's the people that make it. It's you guys that make it. It really is. I want you to be aware of that. I want you to know that you're special people. You really are. We've kind of... I feel like we've found each other. I live in a very small village where... Yeah, I mean, everybody does kind of know everybody, it's that kind of place, but I don't know of any other artists that live here. I think I've mentioned this before, actually. So I've got nobody close to me, around this area that I can talk to and share my artwork with, and they can share their artwork with me, and we can have a good old chat about it and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, the internet's an amazing place. I mean, it's brought us all together from all around the world. Again, it's mind-blowing, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing. It really is. And it's brought us all together, and we've kind of like all found our kin. Like-minded people. And that's how I feel about what's happened here. And like I say, a lot of people have commented the same. So I know people really do like the community section. I mean, I know when I finish my day of drawing and editing and all that kind of stuff, and I sit down at the end of the day and I go through the community section and answer all my comments in the evening and everything. And I'm reading through the comments. I mean, you guys, you put the biggest smile on my face. You really make me laugh sometimes, the humour that's there. And there's other times where I just think, oh, bless them. They're the wonderful, kind-hearted people that are there, And it's like a mixed bag of emotions, Sometimes I'm laughing and smiling. Other times, like I say, I just want to give you all a big hug. I really do. And just say thank you. I mean, I'd love to meet you all personally. I mean, that's a funny thing, isn't it? How we're all from all over the world, but yet, the love that we've got, how we've all come together on the community section. And we could all just have a great big group hug, couldn't we? We really could, and just thank everybody for being there for everybody else and being so supportive. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to give you a big cyber hug right now. And really thank you from the bottom of my heart just for doing all of this, for changing my life, for supporting everybody else, and most importantly, just for being you, the kind-hearted, wonderful people that you are. It's fantastic. I can't find words to express. I can't, honestly. I mean, I hope you get the point of where I'm coming from, and you know what I'm like in these videos. I'm not a man of words. But funnily enough, somebody said the other day, they appreciated my kind of warts and all approach to making the videos, and that's something I appreciate back, the fact that you're okay about these videos not being not even professional in the slightest. It's just me being me, just drawing away and showing you and telling you what I'm doing, and that's it. I mean, I get my words mixed up. I fumble and stutter sometimes when I'm trying to, find the words to say and things like that. I'm sure people have a good old laugh at it, some of the things I say, but that's all part of it. I'd rather be genuine and vulnerable, if you like, and show my flaws in my character, and the mistakes I make on the paper, and because at the end of the day, we're all real human beings. We're all real people. I'm not going to insult any other instructional art videos, but some of them are a lot more professional than mine. But they've lost that personal touch, I feel. And I know that's something that you appreciate, that kind of personal insight into somebody's life. I'm not this kind of robot, if you like, at the other end of the screen. I'm a real human being, just like you are, and it's something I was aware of very early on. There's real people with real emotions, real feelings at the other end of this screen, this camera. There's real people there. And it's the same for you as well. I'm a real person, and I'm there for you, always. Whenever you've got any questions or anything like that, that I'm always there for you, and I'll always answer your comments and always give you the best advice that I can. And I think that counts for a lot, because I think a lot of artists, again, I'm not trying to make myself sound good against other artists or anything like that. This is not what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to explain, I think, why we've got the love that we have here, and it's because we all communicate. I'm there for you. I'll answer all your comments, whereas a lot of artists won't on other, forums and things like that. I'm not this, like I say, aloof person that you can't contact or get a reply from. I'm your friend, and that's kind of the way I see this. I look at myself and think, well, I can't be a professional art instructor. That's just not me. It's just not me. The teacher, art instructor side of things is just not me. I'm just not professional enough in my presentation, and I'm perfectly aware of that. But I thought, well, take the pressure off yourself. Stop trying to be like that and just be yourself. Just be you, because people are commenting that they like what you do and they like the warts and all approach. You know, they like the fact it's a real human being on the other end of this camera, and not just, you know, an aloof artist that you never see or never get to talk to or anything. You know, I'm the opposite to that. And you're the same as well. You know, when you comment there on the community sections and you post your photos, and we get a little bit of an insight into your life and your artwork, we get to know you, and you become our friends. And this is actually a very nice segue into something else that I want to talk about. I've just recently had a really interesting email actually from John Mansell, who's one of our friends here on Patreon. You all know John. He posts in the community section there and everything. And he suggested to me about members forming profiles on the community page, so that you can all get to know each other even better. We've not sort of finalised any details yet, but I thought, yeah, that's a really good idea. I mean, I understand there's a lot of people here that never post on the community, and you know, they're too busy maybe to do all that, and maybe not interested in that side of things. But I think for a lot of the regular and the active members here that post, I don't even like saying that, active members. It sounds like I'm distancing, doesn't it? Distancing people. Well, let's call everybody friends. You know, for all the friends here that post on the community section, for our family, let's say, that post on the community section, and, you know, we all chat and everything. You know, the idea was for you to create your own little profiles, and just tell us what you're comfortable in telling us. You know, you don't have to participate at all if you're not comfortable. I understand there's a lot of privacy concerns, you know, with the internet and things. Sorry, can you hear the goose? Oh, it's stopped now. It'll probably start again when I start talking. Yeah, the neighbour's goose next door, as soon as I turn the camera on, it starts squawking away. Sorry about that. You'll probably hear him again in a minute. We'll just ignore it though. Yeah, what was I saying? You see, aren't these videos professional? Goose background noises and me forgetting what I'm saying. Yeah, about creating these profiles where, you know, you only say what you want to say about yourself. I'm not really too sure exactly, like I say, how to do this yet, and I'm not really sure exactly what John had in mind 100%, but I get the gist of what he's saying. Maybe, you know, it could be sort of just a very brief sentence or two about yourself. Maybe, I don't know, a photo or something. It doesn't have to be of you. Maybe a photo of your dog or your cat, or I don't know. Just something maybe that people can relate to you a little bit more and kind of bring you closer together. If you wanted to, you know, there's no pressure. You don't have to feel like, oh dear, you know, I've got to reveal information about myself. I'm not comfortable about doing that. I understand that, because I'm the same as well. I only feel comfortable about revealing certain things about myself, even on Patreon, because it's hard. You don't know who's who, but after a while, there's people on here that I know, I trust. There's people here that I've shared my address with, everything. I mean, people know, some of you know exactly where I live and everything. We've done little exchanges and swaps and things like that. And there's people here that have been here a while that I trust like that, but that's only because you've been here a while and we've got to know each other. So that's why I like John's suggestion there, because again, this might, you know, build friendships, and you might find you have more in common with people than what you thought. And again, it's something that all I can say is watch this space, you know, because we'll post more about it when we've kind of finalised the ideas. But really, what I guess I'm kind of saying at the minute, if you could let me know in the comments section, would that be something you're interested in? The feedback that we get will determine whether we go ahead with this or not. Like I say, we're uncertain of how it's going to be, but if it's something that sounds interesting or attractive to you in any way, just leave a comment saying yes, you'd be quite happy to create a little profile of yourself to post on the community, so that people know who you are and a little bit more about you. If not, you know, if you can see a problem with that, again, let us know in the comments. I'd really appreciate that, because I know that sort of thing is important for people. I became aware of that when I started posting videos. A lot of people started saying, can you tell us more about you, John? You know, about your life. It's nice to know, you know, who the person is, you know, behind the drawing hands and the voice and everything. So, I mean, there is a photo of me up in the Q&A section there on one of the videos there. I guess I ought to get around to putting that up as my profile picture actually on Patreon as well, so that people can see who I am. Although I don't mind that, putting a photo up, I am uncomfortable about being on camera, filming myself. I don't know why, I'm a bit camera shy like that. I mean, I used to be very camera shy just doing this, but I've sort of, you know, got used to it now. It's not such a problem, but, you know, it can be a bit nerve-wracking sometimes. It can be very difficult as well when you're just talking and there's no one there to answer you back. You know, like I'm doing now. I'm talking to all you guys, but I can picture you all. I can see all your little profile pictures and all that, and it's all in my mind. I'm thinking that you're all sitting around a table with me now, and I'm just talking to you as if you were here. But it's the weirdest thing, because I don't get any feedback back. There's no answers or replies. So that really does take some getting used to. I mean, if you've never made any videos, you're probably not aware of that. Just sitting here in my living room now, drawing away, just talking to nobody, is kind of, well, there's the goose there. The goose is answering me. He agrees. He knows what it's like. I don't know if you can hear him squawking away there in the background. But it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. And it's something that takes practice and you have to get used to. I've completely lost the thread of what I was saying there. Oh yeah, that was it, about people wanting to know a little bit more about me. And I guess it's the same for all of you. You know, it'd be nice for us to know a little bit more about you, if you, like I say, only if you're comfortable in doing that. But I don't mind. I understand that, you know, people want to know more about the artists and everything, but what I don't want to do is be one of these channels that kind of turns the camera on and it's sort of, hi guys, this video is all about me, you know. Oh, I thought this was going to be a how to draw video. You know, there's a lot of videos like that on YouTube. You know, it's all about them, and I tend not to watch them. I mean, I'm interested in who they are, you know, and everything, but it's not the reason why I switched on for the video. So I try and keep my channel all about the drawing, all about the artwork. But as you know, I've started doing the vlogs and showing you a little bit more about my surroundings. You know, where I live. You've seen my desk, my work setup, my workstation and everything. So I'm quite happy, you know, to share quite a lot about myself. I mean, I don't mind at all. But obviously I don't want to be sort of posting my private address or my telephone number or anything like that, because you just don't really know what people are going to do with that information. So, I mean, you've all got my private email anyway. You know, I think you need to know all you need to know. That sounds rude, doesn't it? I didn't mean it like that. You need. I think you've got all the information there. You know who I am. You know, I'm a father of two. I got divorced quite a few years ago. I live here on my own in the countryside. Like I said, I've got my two sons. And you know what my passions are in life. You've all got to, for the ones that are here, that have been here for a while, you all kind of know. You've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, let's say, because I kind of reveal a little bit about myself throughout the videos, you know, and you'll have all put those pieces together and know who I am, you know, and what I do and everything. But on the other hand, I'm sure you can understand why I don't sort of reveal everything, you know, my personal address, and you've all seen my back garden from the window of my dining room, and that kind of thing, you know, on some of the vlogs and that sort of stuff. But really, I mean, that's as much as, you know, I'd be comfortable with doing, because you never know if these videos get shared in the wrong hands or something. You know, it's not that I don't trust any of you. I do, obviously. I mean, some of you have got my personal address, you know, and we exchange and do swaps with paper and pencils and things like that. And but I only do that when you've been here a while and I know who you are, and I know I can trust you, you know, with that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's a good idea, you know, for us all to get to know each other even more, because it's like I say, the community section is a place where I feel it's a very safe place to be, and I love it there. I really do. You know, I get a happy feeling coming over me when I finish my work at the end of the day and I sit down and answer my comments and I read through all of yours. I just get this feeling at the end of the day that, oh yeah, I can go on the community now and join in with everybody and have a chat with them all and see what they've all been up to. And it's just a happy place, a wonderful place. You know, and if people wanted to take that another step further and introduce themselves a little bit more and make a profile of themselves or whatever, I think that's brilliant. I really do. Sorry, there's not much drawing going on here, but I have explained this technique as I was drawing this area here in another video, so yeah. So like I say, this is just gives me something to do as I'm talking. Funny enough, I was actually going to go out into the forest today and make a vlog and talk about all this, what I'm talking to you about now. But I thought, well, I've got to get on with this. I'm miles behind with this. Miles behind. It's really dragging on. You know, we're nearly at the end of November now, and I was hoping this was going to be done last month, and as you can see, I've got this and this area in the foreground to finish, and it's taking just way longer than I expected. So I thought, even if I only get a little section of this done, it'll be something. But like I say, the real purpose of this video, whether it's in the forest or a sneak peek or whatever, the real purpose is to thank you all sincerely and genuinely. It's like I say, I'm really not saying this to sound polite or to sound good or because Patreon have prompted me to do it. I really do mean it, you know, from the bottom of my heart. I really do want you to understand just how grateful and how much I appreciate you for all of your contributions, not just financially and for getting me into this position now of this being my full-time job, but for all of your kindness, all of your kind comments, your supportive comments. I mean, I shouldn't say, I wasn't going to say this, but I will. I'll open up. I'll be totally honest with you. Sometimes I've received comments, private messages and emails saying the nicest things, and I'm not going to lie, they've had me in tears. And sometimes I sit back and I think, I can't believe what I've set up here. I never imagined that this would happen. It's been a life-changing experience for me. You know, when I got divorced, I kind of lost faith in humanity. I really did. And there's something else I can thank you for. You've restored my faith in humanity, that there are nice people out there. And thankfully, they're all here. They're all here on our community. And you really have restored my faith in human beings again. And you've changed my life in more ways than you could possibly imagine. You really have. And I'm rubbish at these sort of things. You know, I really am. Sometimes I don't know what to say. It's like sometimes I just want to give you a hug and just feel the vibes. You'll know that I'm sort of really appreciative, and I couldn't be more grateful if I tried. If I was to say this at I could introduce all of my videos with an hour-long segment of how grateful I am each time I make a video for you, but it'd just get old very quickly, wouldn't it? You'd be, yeah, John, you know, we've heard it all before. So I think just now and again, if I do this now and again, I know it's sort of, well, it's not hard for me. I really want to do this, but I want to do it in such a way that it's sort of, it makes an impact on you and you really understand where I'm coming from. You know, if you put yourself in my position and somebody's just, well, collectively a group of people all came together to support you and they changed your life. They've restored your faith in human beings. They've created a social network for you where you can talk about your passions in life, you know, your artwork and everything. And not only that, you know, they're the kindest, most beautiful people you could find on the planet. It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, that's exactly what's happened to me. All of that and more. It's happened to me through this whole journey of Patreon. And I hope it never ends. I hope it never ends. I mean, there's been worrying times, hasn't there, with the Article 13, and now we've got this, what's it called? Is it the FTC that are now clamping down on copyright things, and they're closing channels down and all this. And it's worrying times, you know. I mean, it's like I say, I'm not looking to be rich or famous or anything like that. As long as I stay right where I am now, I can continue like this for the rest of my life, you know, and be happy. I mean, some of you might be looking what I'm earning thinking, that's a lot of money. And others might be thinking, you know, I earn that in a week, you know, but I'm earning it in a month. But I'm one of, there was a saying I heard, actually. How did it go? I'll try and remember it. It said, he who has little and wants less is richer than he who is rich and wants for more. That's a saying I always remember. And I think I'm the first one there. I think that I have very little and I want for less, you know, and I feel in that respect richer than most people, because I'm happy with very little, if that makes sense. You might be thinking, oh, you hypocrite, John, I've seen your pencil collection. You've got tons and you're still buying more. Well, you're absolutely right, but I mean, that's just pencils, and a lot of those were given to me anyway. But anyway, that's art materials and all that kind of stuff, and that collection kind of built up over 30 years almost anyway, so, of buying and trying. But, you know, generally in my life, I'm very happy with very little. You know, I don't live in a big house. My car is like 13 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, something like that. And at 52 years of age, with all my life experiences and everything, I've found it in life, it's the simple things which bring true happiness. I've tried all my life to be a rich man. You know, I've had my own businesses, I've been self-employed, and I've worked really hard in my life. And all it got me was bigger debts, and it made me ill. So, lesson learned. Absolutely lesson learned there by me. And I can honestly tell you now, I've never been so happy in all my life as I am right now, sitting here talking to you. Because I know I'm talking to my kin, you know, my art family. I know that tomorrow when I wake up, I'm not going to have a nervous breakdown because I can't pay my bills or anything. I know that just going for a walk, having a bit of exercise and breathing a bit of fresh air just in the countryside is going to inspire me, and it's good for me, and it costs nothing, and it makes me more happy than it would if I was to go and spend £1,000 on myself right now. There's no amount of money that could make me happier than I am now. Even if I really get rich on Patreon, which I doubt, you know, if I earn thousands and thousands every month, it's not going to make me any more happy at all. I can assure you it won't. You know, and it's like I say, I'm not looking to earn vast amounts of money. If I was, I'd be making extra tier levels, I'd be putting the prices up and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not interested in that at all. I just want to be in a place in my life where I'm happy, and that's all that counts. Not being rich, not being famous, just being happy, being around nice people, being surrounded with all that love and support and encouragement that we all have here. That's priceless. You know, if I was earning $20,000 a month, it's irrelevant compared to how much friendship we've got here. And I've made friends here, you know, in like a private life now as well. You know, we contact each other via private email and we help each other out, and that kind of thing. And that kind of support network and friendship is priceless. And you'll agree with that. You'll know what I mean. You know, it's no good having all the money in the world and being miserable. I've seen this firsthand. I'm not going to name names actually, but I had a friend, you'll all know who this is, but so I can't tell you the name. It was a very famous actor actually. Sadly, he's no longer with us now, unfortunately, but it was a friend of mine, and we were very good friends. And when he passed away, he died with millions and millions and millions in the bank. Millionaire, multi-millionaire, several times over. And he was a close friend, and it's like I say, I'm not going to reveal identities or anything, you know, it wouldn't be right for me to do that. But he was a close friend, and we used to talk on a close level. And he said to me one day, he says, you know what, John? I says, what? He said, I'd trade everything I own, all my money and everything, to be as happy as you right now. And my jaw just dropped. And I says, what do you mean? He said, well, I've got all this money, but I've got no one in my life, you know, to sort of, he was divorced as well, you know. And he says, I've got no one in my life to sort of share it with and have good times with. And he said, yeah, I've got all my mates and all the rest of it, and we all have a good time and that. But, you know, he said, it's not the same thing, you know. He says, sometimes I look at you and think, you've not got two pennies to rub together. But yeah, well, I can't repeat what he said because he swore, but you're as happy as a pig in muck. That's what he said to me. I don't know if that was an insult, the pig in mud, but I know what he means. I know what he means, you know, and that's me. That's how I am. That's how I am. I don't strive for more. I just strive to keep what I've got, you know, and I want to keep you all here, not for the financial side of things, because new people come, new people go, and over the years, you know, Patreon, this will probably stay the same as what I'm earning. So it's not the money that, you know, I'm talking about here, although I must maintain that. That's why I make the YouTube videos and do all the promoting on YouTube, because people come and people go, and I've got to keep that balance of earning a living. You know, I live in the real world as well. I've got bills to pay. But it's more about losing the friends on the community and losing the love that we have on the community. That's something that would upset me, you know. When people leave, when they've been here for a while and people leave, and I say, oh no, you know, it upsets me. I say, oh no, I really got friendly with them, you know, they were really nice people. I'm really sad to see them go, but then sometimes they come back and it's all great again. So it does have an effect on me, you know, when people, you know, leave and they go with somebody else or something. It's not that I'm jealous or anything, it's just that, I really enjoyed their company, and they were, you know, they used to make me smile on the community section or something. I'm going to miss their comments and their artwork and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know, I mean, I remember, some of you won't remember Ronnie, but Ronnie was here for a while. Well, he was here for a long while, actually, Ronnie was. He was here pretty much in the early days, and he was here for a good year and a bit more, I think. And unfortunately, Ronnie passed away. Ronnie was really popular. You know, Ronnie was like it was like the life and soul of the party. You know, it was so funny. So, I mean, he cracked me up, Ronnie did, with his comments, and oh dear. I mean, I really miss Ronnie. And unfortunately, Ronnie passed away last year. And I was really upset. I cried. I keep talking about I'm crying, aren't I, all the time? But no, but that's how much this means to me. You know, it's not just, oh dear, that's another $4 I've lost. No, it's nothing at all like that. It really isn't. Ronnie was a friend. Ronnie was somebody who used to contact me in private emails, and we used to chat. And in fact, just before Ronnie died, he sent me an email saying that he was going to have to leave Patreon. He was too ill to continue. And he said, John, I'm really sorry, so I'm going to have to bail. I'm in my hospital bed and I've got to fight for what a man's got to fight for. And I presume he meant his life. And 2 or 3 days later, Ronnie's wife contacted me and said Ronnie had passed away, you know. And she sent an email to Margaret as well, because Ronnie and Margaret were close as well. And me and Margaret, we were so upset, you know, crying, and, you know, that Ronnie had gone. He was a real close friend to us all, you know. It's somebody you never forget, Ronnie is, and I'll never forget Ronnie. And this is what's happening on Patreon. You know, that sort of emotional bond between people and friends are forming like that. It's not just a case of people come and go and this is just an art channel. You know, it's become a whole lot more than that. It's a magical place. It's a special place where there's real friends forming, and, you know, like I said, the people that come and go, I miss them, and everybody else misses them as well. And it's special, and it's you that's made it special, all of you. So I think I ought to end this video here, actually. You know, it's gone on for quite a while, and I've probably laboured the point again way too much. But yeah, you're special people, you know, and you mean the world to me. I just want you to know that, okay? And I want to give you all a big hug, and just spread the love and the support and the encouragement. And I want you to know, like I say, I'm not a faceless person. I'm here if you need me. If you ever need to ask any questions, you need any help or advice with anything, I'm always here if you need me. And it's the least I can do for you all. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you all really sincerely, really genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you all sincerely for changing my life. You've changed my life. I've repeated that all throughout this video. I can't say any more than that. I can't find the words to really express what I mean. But so I'll leave it at that and hope that you understand where I'm coming from. Okay. So take care, everybody. And like I say, let me know in the comments if you like the idea of creating a little profile for yourselves on the community or something. You know, your feedback would be greatly appreciated for that. Okay, so I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.